Margaret never imagined she'd bury Edward so soon. He had always seemed invincible in his quiet way. The funeral was small, attended by old colleagues and neighbors. As rain poured steadily, she clutched her umbrella and tried to hold back tears, not just from grief, but from the gnawing emptiness already growing in her chest. Days passed. The house was too quiet. Margaret avoided Edward's study, but on the sixth night, she heard a soft creak from within. The draft that followed felt strange. When she entered, the air was different, heavier, colder. Then she noticed it. The bookshelf, his prized antique piece, tilted ever so slightly. It wasn't right. She pulled the book. Click, a faint mechanical sound. Her breath hitched. Behind the shelf was a hidden door, narrow, dusty, yet the handle was polished, recently used. Her heart pounded as she pulled it open. The room behind was colder. Damp stone walls, a single light bulb swinging above a dusty desk. On the desk lay a journal, leather-bound, worn at the edges. She opened it. The first word on the title page, confession. Entry after entry documented secret meetings, codes, guilt. He spoke of someone watching him. The last entry chilled her to the bone. If you're reading this, they found me first. Taped behind the journal was a small silver key. She searched the room again and found a compartment under the desk. Inside, an old photograph. Edward, a woman she didn't know, and a baby. Her fingers trembled. She had no children, but Edward apparently had another life. Margaret became obsessed. She checked Edward's safe, dug through banking records, found an old briefcase locked in the attic. Every path led to the same name, Elise Turner, a woman born in 1992. Margaret drove 2 hours to a small law firm. They confirmed Edward was on Elise's birth certificate. It was real. She met Elise at a small park cafe. Elise looked just like Edward, same dimples, same reserved smile. Elise had never heard of Margaret. Edward had split his life into two. The meeting was quiet, tense, emotional. Two women, joined by betrayal, by blood. In the journal's final pages, Edward left a warning. They'll come for this. He named a location, the cellar. Margaret pried open the floorboards. A rusted metal case lay within. Inside, passports under false names, government documents, surveillance photos. Edward had been an informant. He wasn't paranoid, he was being hunted. She took everything to Elise. It wasn't her story to tell anymore. Elise took the files to the authorities. Margaret visited Edward's grave one last time. She no longer felt love or anger, only clarity. The man she loved had lived 1,000 lies. But finally, she knew the truth. We think we know the people we love, but sometimes, their truth is buried deeper than we ever imagined. After losing her husband Daniel in a freak accident, Evelyn couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Their Victorian house, once lively, felt haunted by grief and something else. At night, she would catch whispers through the walls. And the mirror in their bedroom. It never reflected quite right. She began hearing voices late at night. Whispers, not of sorrow, but warnings. She thought it was grief. Until she heard her name. Evelyn, don't trust the mirror. The voice was familiar. Daniel's. She searched the walls, but all she found was old brick and echoes. One evening, her ring tapped the mirror frame, an oddly hollow sound. She pried off a loose panel. Behind it, a small compartment. Inside was a bundle of letters, addressed to a name she'd never heard, Lilith Hargrove. The handwriting, Daniel's. Daniel wrote about a woman he loved before Evelyn. A woman he feared, someone who had cursed him, bound him to the mirror. He ended one letter with, if she finds this, I'm already lost. Was Lilith real, or madness in ink? Desperate for answers, Evelyn visited a local historian. He gasped at the name. Lilith Hargrove had lived in that very house decades ago, accused of performing dark rituals. Some claimed her spirit still lingered in the mirror she once owned, a mirror now in Evelyn's bedroom. The mirror began changing. At night, Evelyn saw a second reflection, watching her, mimicking her late. Her face would blink, but her reflection wouldn't. Then one night, it smiled. And she didn't. She screamed, but the reflection didn't stop smiling. In the final letter, Daniel had written a way to break the bond, burn the mirror under moonlight. Say her name 3 times. She hates the moon. She hates being named. Evelyn waited for the full moon, shivering as the house grew colder. When the mirror shattered, the house exhaled. The whispers stopped. Evelyn didn't sleep for days, waiting, watching, but the reflection now showed only her. No shadows, no smiles, just a woman alone, finally free from a love that had lied, and from a mirror that had watched. Some mirrors reflect more than light. Some hold secrets, long after the people who made them are gone.